Cool. Welcome to my home studio. Come on in and have a quick look around at what you can see. So some people have asked me how I write and record my records, and so I thought I'd give you a glimpse into my creative process in my home studio. So I am not a computer guy, so I don't know how to do the recording on the computer. So what I do is I use this trusty multi-track loop pedal to record and develop most of my ideas. So how my ideas usually start is they usually start on a guitar where I'll come up with a riff or a melody, and then I'll start developing that melody. Then once I've got a core idea that I'm working with, I'll come over and I'll use my bass over here to layer some bass that goes along with the guitars, and then I'll usually put some pretty guitars over the top here with my Taylor guitar here. And then once I've got the bones of a bit of a song, what I'll do is I'll come over to my drum kit and I will start playing around with some different ideas on the drum kit to see what I can come up with that might add a bit of groove to it. And I essentially come up with a bit of a scratch track for the album that I'm going to be recording. After I've got all of that in place, I might play around with the keyboard and add some pads or synths or piano or orchestral parts just to kind of make the sound come out a little bit more. So the current album that I am working on, the working title is Midnight Drive. The concept for the album is it is the soundtrack of you jumping in your car and running away from all of life's problems. So I've got 9 drafts ideas. Don't worry about that little gap there. That's for the songs that I have run out of ideas for and have writer's block and can't seem to finish it. So I'm just going to forget these bottom parts and just work on these tracks here. So what I thought I would do for you today is just show you a little bit of the creative process by playing you a bar of one of the new ideas and then showing you how some of it gets layered. So I have this cool little riff on my trusty Gretsch, which is my favourite guitar of my guitars, and the riff goes something like this. That kind of jumped into my head one day when I was drinking beer. What I often do is I do actually have beer in my studio while I'm recording, which is what also accounts for the stain on my track list for my album that I've been working on. You just zoom in on this little bit, this little beer stain there. Oh, too many song titles for you to see there. So that's the core riff of my new track, which is going to be on the new album, which I think is pretty cool, even though it's simple. So now I'll play you what I've done with the loop pedal, where I've layered the guitar and then I've just plugged in my electric drum kit and done a loop, and it's a pretty plain and sounding loop, but it's how I develop the ideas, is to get a core structure down and then layer it and layer it and layer it and develop it. So the most basic layer is a guitar and a drum loop, and it sounds like this. So this is 15 seconds worth of the new track. And then I'll layer over the top of that. and that's kind of how I piece together different parts. I didn't obviously show you the bass, but that's how I start with a core idea on a basic guitar, add in the other instruments and layers, and then develop it. And what will happen is in the next few weeks I will go into the studio and I will start capturing some of these core ideas ready to record the album properly. So that's my process.